Okay, so this is my next video after the one that's called Growing with Eli. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about what it was like growing up in Georgia. Okay, so first off, growing up in Georgia, I remember my stepfather uh got a place out in it wasn't necessarily the boondocks, but wasn't the suburbs either. It was like a little circle dirt road, and there weren't many black people in this neighborhood. But of course, I went to school with a lot of white people. So I, when I was in elementary, this impacted my life because it made me. At first, it made me not accept who I was and made me not like who I was because it was really racist out in Georgia, out in Valdosta, and even Hahira. Because again, I wasn't on the I wasn't in Atlanta. I wasn't in a big city where all the black people were. I was in like the country. So I picked up an accent here and there, and it's crazy because I was raised. I mean, I wasn't raised. I was born up north. I was born in Philly, and a lot of Philly habits is in me because, or a lot of Philly dialect is in my speech because, of course, my mom's from up north. So I was coming from up north, moved as a baby, and I was raised in the South, in the the dirty, whatever you want to call it. So, uh, Georgia was fun though. I have to say Georgia was really fun. Georgia was a place where I could really be myself, and I was coming up in Georgia in the 90s, early 2000s. So it was a really fun time. As you know, like I'm 26. So it was a really fun time. The clothes, the music, everything was just it was a really fun time. Like back then um back then I guess they call it gutter music, or no, it wasn't gutter music. It was like ATL music. All those ATL hits was out. So it was a really fun time. My One of the people that used to watch me is actually he does music now. I Am Bird. You can check him out on YouTube or SoundCloud or Spotify. And I talked to him a few times since I left Georgia, and he was telling me we was talking about like what was we talking about? We was talking about how I used to be and stuff like that, and it was a lot of fun, growing up in Georgia. When you was around the right people, when you were around people that care about you, because sometimes when you're in the South, somebody can say some real stuff to you, and it don't stick with you until later on. And that's how it was. They impacted my life so much because I Am Bird and his older brother, they used to watch me and my brother when we was little. So he's one of the people that inspired me to put myself out there and come out of this shell of just working a 9 to 5 all the time, or just working, living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So he was a real big motivation in that. He does music. I like music, but he likes to rap. I like to sing. So um you guys haven't got a gist of my talent yet because I'm still doing the intros and all that stuff. I'm still doing the backstory. So basically, what it was like in Georgia, I really like the time. It's probably different now, but I really like the time that I was brought up there because I was brought up in the best of times to appreciate good music and good culture, good what all the entertainment and the movies that was out back then in the early 90s. They kind of wanted to teach you a lesson, not just make a buck like how they do these days. uh you know, they really wanted to teach you a lesson in the movies and in the entertainment and stuff like that, and really get a feel for caring about another person and stuff like that. So the 90s was a time, as I said, I was raised in the nation, so the nation was really thriving back in the 90s and stuff like that. It was, you know, because the nation fell, then it came back up, but it was doing really good in the 90s as far as like influencing. So you know, that's the gist of that. So in my next video, I'm gonna be doing like giving you some examples of my singing voice and my what I like as far as entertainment, what I like to do, what I like to watch and stuff like that. So get an aptitude for that. So catch y'all later.